What if you could jump back to the groovy 1970s or even leap forward to the unknown wonders of the future? Welcome to our exploration of the enigmatic concept of time travel. Have you ever daydreamed about stepping into a machine, pressing a button, and finding yourself in a different era? You're not alone. The allure of time travel has captivated our imaginations for centuries. It's a concept that has been widely represented in literature, movies, and television shows, from H.G. Wells' iconic novel, The Time Machine, to the cult science fiction series, Doctor Who. Now, why are we so fascinated with this idea? Perhaps it's the notion of escaping the present, or the lure of experiencing the unknown. Or maybe it's the idea of correcting past mistakes or glimpsing into the future. The possibilities seem endless, and that's part of the appeal. But time travel isn't just fodder for science fiction, it's also a serious subject of study in physics. Scientists have been trying to unravel the mysteries of time and space ever since Albert Einstein introduced his theory of relativity. However, the concept of traveling through time isn't as simple as hopping into a DeLorean. It's fraught with paradoxes and dilemmas that challenge our understanding of reality. Consider the grandfather paradox, for instance. If you were to travel back in time and accidentally cause your grandfather's death before your parent was born, would you cease to exist? And if you cease to exist, then who caused your grandfather's death in the first place? It's enough to give anyone a headache. And yet, despite these paradoxes, the question remains, could time travel be possible? And if so, why haven't we seen evidence of time travelers from the future? Could it be that they're among us, blending into the crowd, or are they abiding by some unwritten code to avoid altering the course of history? If time travel is indeed possible, then why haven't we seen evidence of time travelers from the future? Stepping back to the 1970s, we find ourselves amidst a technological revolution. It was a decade that pushed the boundaries of what was possible, a time where the seeds of our contemporary digital age were sown. It was a time when the world was on the cusp of a new era, an era marked by radical changes that would transform the way we live, work, and communicate. Imagine, if you will, a world without personal computers, without the internet, without the myriad of devices that are now integral to our everyday lives. This was the world of the 1970s. Yet it was during this decade that major strides were made in technology. Strides that would lay the groundwork for the digital age we now inhabit. The 1970s saw the advent of the first personal computers, machines that would forever change our relationship with technology. The Altair 8800, the Apple I, the Commodore PET. These were the trailblazers. But the revolution didn't stop there. The ARPANET, the precursor to the internet, was expanding, connecting more computers and users than ever before. And it was during this decade that we saw the introduction of the microprocessor, a tiny chip that would become the heartbeat of virtually every digital device we use today. Meanwhile, other significant inventions emerged, such as the first mobile phone, the first email, and the first video game. Each of these inventions would go on to shape the world we live in, transforming our lives in ways we could scarcely have imagined. Yet, amidst all this technological progress, there was a sense of mystery, a sense of the unknown. Could it be that during this time of rapid innovation and technological advancement, something even more remarkable was being developed in secret? Could it be that somewhere tucked away in a lab or a basement, a group of forward-thinking scientists were working on a device that could disrupt not just technology but time itself? But could it be possible that a time machine was also invented during this period of remarkable innovation? As we delve deeper into this mystery, we must keep an open mind, for the world of the 1970s was a world where anything seemed possible. Imagine, amidst all the disco and bell-bottoms, scientists covertly inventing a time machine. It's the 1970s, a time when the world was just getting a taste of the technological revolution. Ideas were brewing, and among them the most audacious of them all, a device capable of transporting us not just across space but across time. Now let's take a step back. The 1970s weren't exactly known for breakthroughs in quantum physics or time-space continuum theories, yet whispers of a time machine invention during this era persist. It's like a melody you can't quite catch, a tune that lingers at the edge of your hearing. Intriguing, isn't it? This alleged time machine is shrouded in secrecy, its existence supported by mere rumors and hushed anecdotes. Concrete evidence? Virtually non-existent. You might think that would be enough to quash any belief in such a fantastical claim. But the human mind is a curious thing, always hungry for the unknown, the unexplored, the unfathomable. So let's indulge our curious minds for a moment. Let's ponder over this alleged time machine. If it truly existed, what kind of technology would it have employed? How would it have been possible to build such a complex device at a time when computers were the size of a room and smartphones were still a distant dream? And perhaps the most tantalizing question of all, if a time machine was indeed created, what became of it and why was it kept hidden? Let's dive into the evidence, or lack thereof, surrounding this alleged 1970s time machine. Firstly, we'll explore the first-hand accounts. We've heard whispers of individuals who claim to have used or even seen this mysterious machine. Their tales are filled with vivid descriptions of a device that could supposedly transport one through time, but as intriguing as these stories are, it's essential to remember the human mind's propensity for embellishment and misinterpretation. Without concrete proof, these anecdotes remain just that. Stories. Now let's consider the reports. There have been mentions of a 1970s time machine in various publications over the years. Some cite unnamed sources who claim to have been part of the project. Other reports lean on the nostalgic reminiscences of the bygone era, throwing in the time machine as a tantalizing possibility. However, it's worth noting that none of these reports provide any substantial evidence. They are often vague, lacking in details, and fail to corroborate their claims with tangible proof. And then we come to the physical evidence, or more accurately, the lack of it. The existence of a time machine would surely leave behind some form of physical trace, wouldn't it? Yet, despite exhaustive searches and investigations, no such evidence has been found. No blueprints, no remnants of machinery, not even a single photograph. The absence of physical proof is a significant red flag, casting a long shadow of doubt over the time machine claims. Now, let's address the credibility of the evidence. While it's easy to get swept up in the romantic notion of time travel, we must approach such extraordinary claims with a healthy dose of skepticism. The evidence as it stands is flimsy at best. The first-hand accounts are unverified and anecdotal, the reports are unsubstantiated, and the lack of physical proof is glaring. And what of the counter-arguments? Skeptics would argue that if a time machine did exist, why has its existence been kept a secret? Why hasn't it been used for significant historical events or to prevent disasters? And more importantly, why hasn't time travel been scientifically proven, despite the apparent existence of a working machine? The counter-arguments raise valid points, further undermining the credibility of the evidence at hand. But all these pieces of evidence raise more questions than they answer. In the absence of definitive proof, theories and speculations abound. The mystery of the alleged time machine from the 1970s has given birth to a myriad of conjectures. As we journey through these ideas, it's important to remember that these are unconfirmed hypotheses, but they do add an extra layer of intrigue to our tale. One speculation centers around the potential uses of such a machine. Imagine stepping into a device and emerging in a different era. The possibilities are astounding. It could serve as a tool for historians, providing them with a first-hand glimpse into events of the past. They could witness the Battle of Gettysburg, understand the nuances, and gain new insights into the strategies used. Or maybe they could go further back to the dawn of civilization and observe the evolution of humanity. Others think of it as a means of predicting and preventing future catastrophes. If one could travel forward in time, they might see the consequences of today's actions and return with the knowledge to change the course of history. This could be a game changer in fields as diverse as climate change, technological development, and geopolitics. Now, why would such a monumental invention be kept a secret? Some theorize it's due to the potential for misuse. Time travel, if in the wrong hands, could be weaponized or used for personal gain. Altering past events could lead to unforeseen and possibly disastrous consequences. So the secrecy might be a safeguard, a means of preventing the machine from falling into the wrong hands. But where could this machine be now? Theories range from it being hidden in a top-secret government facility to it being destroyed to prevent misuse. Some even suggest that it might be hidden in plain sight, disguised as an everyday object from the 1970s. Could it be that a seemingly ordinary house in New Jersey or a retro Porsche 911 is actually a gateway to different times? Then there's the theory that the machine doesn't physically transport people through time, but rather allows them to witness events from different eras. Like the Apple Vision Pro app, it could be a form of virtual reality, providing a sensory experience of different time periods without the potential hazards of actual time travel. These theories, while intriguing, still don't provide us with a conclusive answer. The existence of a time machine in the 1970s remains a puzzle, wrapped in a mystery, inside an enigma. But isn't that the allure of time travel? The unknown, the possibilities, the endless questions? They're what keep us searching, speculating, and theorizing. So, did scientists truly invent a time machine in the 1970s? Our journey so far has led us through a labyrinth of theories, claims, and counterclaims. We dove into the enigmatic world of time travel, explored the technological revolution of the 1970s, and examined the alleged existence of a time machine. We sifted through the evidence, heard various theories and speculations, and now stand at the precipice of the final question. Throughout our exploration, we have encountered a myriad of intriguing clues. The 70s, a time of remarkable technological progress, saw the advent of many groundbreaking inventions, but a time machine? That would have been a quantum leap, far ahead of its time. The alleged time machine, shrouded in mystery, has left us with more questions than answers. While there are tantalizing hints pointing towards its existence, concrete evidence remains elusive. We have been presented with stories, anecdotes, and supposed eyewitness accounts, but none of these offer definitive proof. Theories and speculations abound, with some postulating that the time machine was an experimental government project, others suggesting it was the brainchild of a lone genius. Yet all these theories are just that, theories. Without solid evidence or irrefutable proof, they remain in the realm of speculation. As we stand at the crossroads of fact and fiction, we must remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And while the story of a 1970s time machine is undoubtedly captivating, it is yet to cross the threshold from fascinating science fiction lore into undeniable fact. So, as we reach the end of our journey, the question remains: was there really a time machine invented in the 1970s? The answer is not clear-cut. The evidence we've examined is compelling yet inconclusive. The theories are enticing yet speculative. The story is fascinating yet unconfirmed. The final judgment, dear viewers, is up to you. Is the 1970s time machine a fact, or is it merely a fascinating piece of science fiction lore? And now we come to the end of our captivating journey through time and technology. We've traversed the realm of possibility, explored the depths of human ingenuity, and stood on the precipice of the unknown. We've pondered the existence of a technological marvel from the 70s, a device that could potentially alter the course of history, a time machine. Yet, as we've seen, the answer remains elusive, shrouded in the mists of time and speculation. The theories are compelling, the evidence intriguing, but the truth? That, dear viewers, is something only time will tell. As we conclude this exploration into the enigma of time travel, we invite you to share your thoughts. Did you learn something new from this video? Do you believe in the existence of the alleged 1970s time machine? Or do you think it's merely a product of science fiction and imaginative speculation? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found our journey through time fascinating, please give this video a like and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to leave your thoughts, opinions, and theories in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to join us on Fact Fusion as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking the truth, no matter how elusive it may be.